Welcome to the lecture series of signals and systems. In the last lecture, we completed some important properties of the Fourier transform. After knowing all these properties, now we can apply these properties to find out the Fourier transform of some standard signals. So we will include some examples in this lecture to apply the properties of the Fourier series. The given example here is xt is given as it is xt is equal to e power minus 3t u of t minus 2. In this signal, the unit step function ut is shifted to the right by 2 unit, but in these two terms, the Fourier transform of e power minus 3t is known. E power minus 3t ut is known. Suppose, and if we want to apply the shifting property of the time of the Fourier transform, means the shifting property states that if the x of omega is the Fourier transform of xt, then Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught will be e power minus j omega t naught x of omega. Means if the signal is shifted by t naught unit in the time domain, then the signal in the frequency domain will be multiplied by e power minus j omega t naught. Now consider the signal xt is equal to e power minus 3t ut. Fourier transform for this signal, we know that the Fourier transform of e power minus 3t is equal to 1 upon a plus j omega. But the signal given here is it is u of t minus 2, means we have to shift this signal xt by 2 unit to the right. If we write it as x of t minus 2, then this will become e power minus 3 t minus 2 u of t minus 2. I can apply the time shifting property in this form only. Here the given signal is e power minus 3t only, it does not have t minus 2. So we have to convert this signal in this form, e of minus 3 t minus 2. Then to convert this signal in this form, we have to multiply with, here this is e power minus 3t into e power 6, because we have multiplied in this signal e power plus 6, then we have also to multiply this signal with e power minus 6, so that these two can cancel each other and will become 1, and signal will remain as it is e power minus 3t into e power minus 2. So if you are shifting the signal by 2 unit, you are shifting this signal only by 2 unit, then you have to multiply with a term e power minus 6. Now we can apply the Fourier time shifting property of the Fourier transform. This is a constant term, it will remain outside of the property. The Fourier transform of e power minus 3t ut will be 1 upon 3 plus j omega. And what we have to calculate? We have to calculate the Fourier transform of e power minus 3t minus 2 into u of t minus 2, means the shifting property we have to use. Then for this e power minus 3 t minus 2 u of t minus 2 and e power minus 6, the Fourier transform will be, this e power minus 6 is a constant, it will remain as it is, and the Fourier transform of e power minus 3 t minus 2, because the signal is shifted by 2 unit to the right, then we have to multiply e power minus 2 j omega into 1 upon 3 plus j omega. Then the Fourier transform of this signal e power minus 3t into u of t minus 2 will become, Fourier transform of this xt will become e power minus 6 into e power minus 2 j omega upon 3 plus j omega. We can combine these two terms as, it can be written as e power minus 2j omega minus 6 divided by 3 plus j omega, or we can write it as e power minus 2 into j omega plus 3 divided by 3 plus j omega. This is how we can apply the time shifting property of the Fourier transform to calculate the Fourier transform of this signal. This is the one important application of the time shifting property of the Fourier transform. Now consider the signal. Example number 2 in this lecture. Consider the signal xt as, xt is equal to delta t plus 1 plus delta t plus 2 plus minus delta t minus 1 minus delta t minus 2. This is the signal given for which we have to apply the time shifting property of the Fourier transform. If these are plus, then we can direct apply the formula to get the Fourier transform, or we can apply the time shifting property. As we know the Fourier transform of the delta t, it is 1, or we can direct go by the formula. We will get Fourier transform of xt will be equal to integration from minus infinite to plus infinite xt e power minus j omega t dt. Value of xt is given here. This is, I will write this integration in 4 parts as delta t plus 1 e power minus j omega t dt plus delta t plus 2 e power minus j omega t dt plus delta t minus 1 delta t minus 1 e power minus j omega t dt plus delta t minus 2 e power minus j omega t dt. Now as we know, this function delta t has its area equal to 1 at t equal to minus 1, means the delta t will be 0 for all the values of t except t is equal to minus 1. This delta t plus 2 will become 0 for all the values of t except at t equal to minus 2. Similarly, delta t minus 1 will become 0 for all the values of t except at t equal to plus 1. Similarly, delta t minus 2 will be equal to 0 for the all values of t from minus infinite to plus infinite, but it will give a non-zero value at t equal to plus 2. So this integration will give e power minus j omega t at t equal to minus 1. For all the values, this integration will become 0 for all other values, and this will give e power minus j omega t at t equal to minus 2 only. For all other values of t except minus 2, this will become 0, plus this will become e power minus j omega t at t equal to plus 1, plus this will become e power minus j omega t at t equal to 2. Now put all these values of t, we will get e power j omega plus e power 2j omega plus e power minus j omega plus e power minus j 2 omega. This is what we will get after solving this integration. Now we can combine these terms, this term and this term, and this term and this term with all together. This will become e power j omega plus e power minus j omega plus e power j 2 omega plus e power minus j 2 omega. Now we know the formula for the sine e power sine omega is equal to e power j omega plus e power minus j omega divided by 2j. This is how these complex exponential can be replaced by this sine term. But here one term extra is there, 2j. It means that to convert this complex exponential into the sine wave, we have to multiply and divide by this extra term 2j. So I will divide this by 2j. I will divide this by 2j and multiply the whole term by 2j. Now this will become sine omega. It means that the Fourier transform of xt will become Fourier transform of xt now will become, from here it is 2j, this term is sine omega plus this is sine 2 omega. This is what we will get, how we can find the Fourier transform of the given signal xt. Because if it is minus here, then I can convert this exponential term into sine, and if it is plus here, then it will be converted, because cos of theta can be written as e power j theta plus e power minus j theta divided by 2, and sin theta can be written as e power j theta minus e power minus j theta divided by 2j. It means that if it is here minus sign, then it will be converted into sine, and if it is here plus sign, then it will be converted into the cosine, because plus is given here. So I will not multiply and divide by 2j, I will divide by only 2, and this will become cosine of omega plus cosine of 2 omega. It means that the Fourier transform of xt will become, now it will become 2 times cos of omega plus this will become cos of 2 omega. It was a mistake that it is plus given here, so it will be converted into cos. Now this is the example in which we can apply direct formula to find out the Fourier transform of the signal. In the same way, the signal is written as, suppose there is a function, suppose xt is given as, suppose xt is given as f of t minus 2 plus f of t plus 2, and I have to get the Fourier transform of xt in the form of capital F of omega, where f of omega is the Fourier transform of ft. This is what we have to calculate after applying the time shifting property of the Fourier transform. This is what we have to get after applying the time shifting property of the Fourier transform. It is given here, the Fourier transform of ft is known. Fourier transform of the ft is f of omega, then Fourier transform of f of t minus 2 will be, Fourier transform of f of t minus 2 will be e power minus j omega 2 into capital F of omega, and Fourier transform of f of t plus 2 will be e power j omega plus j omega 2 into f of omega. And by using the linearity property of the Fourier transform, property of the Fourier transform, we can combine these two equations as Fourier transform of f of t minus 2 plus f of t plus 2 will be equal to e power minus j omega 2, e power minus j omega 2 f of omega plus e power plus j omega 2, e power plus j omega 2 into f of omega. We can take this capital F of omega common from these two terms, and this will become f of omega into e power j omega 2 plus e power minus j omega 2. Again the same condition is here. We can convert, here the plus sign is given here, it means that this summation of the complex exponentials can be converted into cos of omega, and for this we have to multiply and divide by 2 in this equation. Then this will become Fourier transform of xt will be equal to 2 times f of omega into cos of, here it is 2 omega. This is how we can apply the time shifting property to get the Fourier transform of a given function. Now further we will include some more examples, important examples, to clarify the concept of the Fourier transform, as it is given here. The signal xt is given here, This is the graph of signal xt with respect to t. The points are -4, -2, 0, 2 and 4. Amplitudes are, here it is 2 and this is 4. We have to get the Fourier transform of this given signal f of xt. To get the Fourier transform of this signal, first we will write the definition of this signal as xt is equal to 2 when time is between from -4 to -2, from -4 to -2, and it is +4 when time is from -4 to -2 to +2. Then its amplitude is +4, and in the duration from 2 to 4, in the duration from 2 to 4, amplitude of the given signal is +2 and it is 0 for other times. Otherwise the value of this signal is 0. By using this definition, we can apply directly the formula of the Fourier transform as f of xt is equal to xt e power minus j omega t dt, where limit of integration is from minus infinite to plus infinite. We can break this limit from minus infinite to plus infinite in these ranges, as it is integration from -4 to -2, -4 to -2, xt e power minus j omega t dt, plus limit from -2 to +2, xt e power minus j omega t dt, plus limit is from 2 to 4, +2 to +4, xt into e power minus j omega t dt. This is -4 to -2, limit is -2 to +2 and 2 to +4. Now I will put these value in this relation to find out the Fourier transform of the given signal. Then the Fourier transform of small xt will become from -4 to 2. In this range, value of the signal is +2, so I will write here -4 to -2. Value of the signal is, it is +2 here, 2 e power minus j omega t dt, plus -2 to +2. In the range from -2 to +2, value of the signal is +4 e power minus j omega t dt, plus from 2 to 4, value of the signal is 2 into e power minus j omega t dt. Now to get the Fourier transform of the given signal, we have to just calculate value of this integration and we will get the Fourier transform of the given signal. We know the Fourier transform of e power minus j omega t will become, this integration will give e power minus j omega t divided by minus j omega limit is from minus 4 to, this is minus 4 to minus 2, plus e power minus j omega t upon minus j omega, limit is from minus 2 to plus 2, plus here it is multiplied by 4 and here it is multiplied by 2, e power minus j omega t divided by minus j omega, limit is from plus 2 to 4. Now put these limits. First I will take this minus j omega outside of the limit. This will become minus 2 by j omega into e power minus, when I will put this minus 2 here in place of t, this will become plus j 2 omega minus e power plus j4 omega, plus I will put minus instead, this will become minus 4 by j omega. After putting the limit, this will become e power minus j2 omega minus e power plus j2 omega, because when I will put t equal to plus 2, it will become e power minus j2 omega. When I will put t equal to minus 2, this will become e power plus 2j omega as it is written here. Now 2 by j omega into e power minus j, e power minus j4 omega minus e power minus j2 omega. Now this can be further simplified as minus 2 e power j2 omega minus 2 into e power j2 omega by j omega plus 2 into e power j4 omega by j omega minus 4 into e power minus j2 omega divided by j omega plus 4 into e power j2 omega divided by j omega plus 2 into e power minus j4 omega divided by j omega minus, this is not, this is minus 2 by j omega. What we will get from here, because it is written minus here, so it will become minus 2 by j omega. When I will multiply these two, this will become minus 2 into e power minus j4 omega divided by j omega plus 2 e power minus j2 omega divided by j omega. Now look these two terms, minus e power j2 omega divided by j omega plus 4 e to the power plus j2 omega divided by j omega. Now combined the terms j2 omega and j2 omega, j4 omega and j4 omega, and j2 omega and j2 omega. It is, this is minus here, minus, and this is plus, this is minus, and this is plus, this is minus 2 by j omega into e power plus 2 e to the power j2 omega. So first combined these two terms, j2 omega, e power plus j2 omega and e power minus j2 omega. Combine these two terms first, so it will become minus 2 by j omega into, this is, this will become, because minus is common here, this will become e power j2 omega plus e power minus j2 omega Now look into j4 omega and minus j4 omega. Consider these two terms. This will become plus 2 by j omega into e power plus j4 omega, e power plus j4 omega minus e power minus j4 omega. This is e power plus j4 omega minus e power minus j4 omega, and it is common here, minus plus 2 by j omega is common here. Now we are left with these two terms, 4 by j omega plus 4 by j omega. It is e power j2 omega, e power j2 omega plus e power j2 omega minus it is e power minus j2 omega minus e power minus j2 omega. Now when we will divide this by 2 and multiply by 2, when we will divide this by 2 and multiply by 2, this will become minus 4 by j omega into cos 2 omega. This is j omega is already here. Write j here and multiply by 2. Here divide and multiply by 2. Here write j here and multiply and divide by 2. Now these complex exponentials will be converted into sine and cosine as this will give Fourier transform of xt is equal to Fourier transform of xt can be written as minus 4 by j omega into sine of 2 omega plus 4 by omega into, this is not sine, this is cos of 2 omega. This is cos of 2 omega and this is sine of 4 omega, sine of 4 omega plus 8 by omega into sine of 2 omega. This is what will be the Fourier transform of signal xt as capital X of omega. This is what we will get after applying the expression for the Fourier transform. So this is all for this lecture. In the next lecture we will include some more important examples. This is all for today. Thank you.